Hey guys, it's Alicia from LBCC Historical. Today's video is going to be on stay patterns. When you come to our shop, you may have noticed that we offer custom 18th century stay patterns for your measurements. When you purchase them, we'll talk back and forth, and I'll give you a sheet of measurements that need to be done. When you return those to me, I will draft out a historically correct stay pattern for you. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get the right exact measurements. When you make the mock-up, you will have to try it on first, and you may have to do a little cutting under the arms or up on top. That's pretty normal, but generally you'll get a really good fit. So the stay pattern comes as one piece. Now historically, stay patterns were put together in many pieces, and when you get your pattern, you will see that everything is divided for you. And so you can either put it together as the one piece. If you're a beginner, that works really, really well, or you can actually take those pieces apart. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. I'm always here to help you guys. So you have two options of lacing. You always have to have your back laced, like that's just how it is, right? But you, for most of the 18th century, you can have a stomacher in the front, and then you can have front lacing as well, which is really, really great when you are trying to get into them yourself, or don't really have help handy, or you know, have kind of had a tough job trying to do it all yourself, because it takes practice. There's going to be a lot of fitting issues because everybody is different, you know, and to try and draft stays that are going to fit everybody, it's just not going to happen. And that's where you want your custom drafted stay pattern. And we're gonna kind of take them in sections now until I can get them done, because we are so busy over at the Historical Apothecary, which is awesome, and we really love it. So thank you, everybody. But you know, I'm definitely here to answer questions that you guys may have and point you to sources for like boning and for lacing, things like that. So when you guys come into our shop at a historical event, you will see our stay sign, and when that stay sign is up, you will know that we will be taking measurements. So if you want your stay pattern, let me know. I will measure you right there, and so I will have this handy dandy card with all the measurements on, and we'll take your measurements right there so you don't have to worry about them. But when you order online, you're going to have to take your own measurements. But let's get started. We are going to go over which measurements we're going to need. I'm going to show you guys what a busk looks like, and then we'll go from there. A busk is a hard piece of wood or bone. Sometimes really, really early they were metal, but usually in the 18th century we see them made out of various types of bone or wood. And a lot of times the guys would decorate them for their sweethearts. We do have a lot of examples in museums that have really adorable engravings on them. But basically what a busk would do is it would go right here. Okay, I don't know if you see that. Yep, see, okay, right there. It's going to not only like push your stays out a little bit in the front to kind of give you that conical shape in the front, but also it's going to keep everything flat. So it's like your tummy control right here. And when you sit down, you're going to want that, because when you bone with like reeds, if you sit down without your busk numerous times, you do have a chance of like breaking your reeds in your waistline. We usually have them in stock, so just double check, and if you don't see what you're looking for, send me a message. My lovely apprentice is here today, so she is going to help us measure, and we will talk as we go along. So don't forget to check out our shop on Etsy, www.lebits.etsy.com. So, okay, let's get started. So, as you can see, I'm short, and my apprentice is tall. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go right down this list, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly where to measure. Things you're going to need would be measuring tape. That would be kind of handy to have. And then you are going to need a scarf. Okay, so this is where your scarf is going to come in handy. And it needs to be kind of a big scarf. So like head scarf, shawl scarf, big scarf, right? Or a big piece of long fabric would work too. So what we're going to do is we are going to bind, and that's what, when I have this card here and you're like, hey, what does that mean, bound or unbound? Well, that means binding your breasts. What I'm going to do, if you just turn to the side for me here, is she's going to lift up her ladies and kind of push them together, right? Then you're gonna have your person, your maid, preferably, hold this, okay? And then you're gonna push it like this. Now, how do they feel? Do they feel pretty good, like they should or not, or they feel good? Okay. Like they did in stays last night? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, now the trick is to tie this really tight, because we want optimal squish for the boobs. Okay, so this is actually really good. When we take the measurement, it really helps to have your breasts bound, because that's kind of how they're going to be in your stays anyway, right? So let's take the tape measure. It's always good to start at number 1. When you measure, you're going to go under, right? Under that, okay? And then we're going to go over. You can just give a little more squeeze. Yeah, so we don't have much squeeze there. That means we did really good. So that would be your breast measurement. When it is looking for your center bust, this is your center bust, okay? When it's looking for your center bust over to your underarm, this is your underarm. And when you look at this, this is really nice because it already shows you where your underarm is. You don't have to question, you know, where should my underarm go to waist? It's right here. So when we talk about the center bust over to your underarm, center bust over to underarm. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna measure her waist, okay? In order to do that, you have to first know how to find the waist. One of the best ways to find your waist is what I call the little teapot method. If you don't have to, like, you know, make your spout and like make your teapot, but if you bend over to the side, right? So like bending over to the side, you can see it creases here. That is where your waist is, okay? A lot of people think that their waist is like really low. A lot of people think their waist is at their hips, and it's just not the case. If you want stays made to your measurement, you gotta know where your waist is, okay? So let's have you bend to the side.
I have bent to the side.
Let's have you bend to the side.
I will bend to the side again.
Okay, very good. And your other side? Perfection. We know that her waist is here. In order to make it easy, we are going to mark it. And you can do this with any sort of tape. Measuring tape just was kind of handy, so we're going to use a measuring tape. And then you just want to double check one more time just to make sure you got it right. Yes. Oh, you're so good at the little teapot. As you can see, we have things marked out. Now we can measure from your underarm to your waist, because lo and behold, it's marked right for you. So number 1, down to your waist is going to be, hers is 6.5, and that's a general normal measurement. So everybody has, you can put your,
This one.
So everybody has different underarm to waist measurements. A normal underarm to waist measurement is anywhere from 6.5, which is what hers is, 6.5 to 7 or 8. Some people have like 9.5 or 10. So everybody's a little different. It's really important, because if you don't get this right, your stays aren't going to fit right. They're going to dig in. So let's say like you give me an underarm to waist measurement of 8. Well, okay, so now, if you want to turn to the side here. Okay, so now your stays are going to come down here, and this is going to be your waist. And then you're going to have your tabs down here. So you can see how uncomfortable that would be. If you gave me an underarm measurement of 5, now you got really short stays because your waist is up here. So that's why it's really important to give me the correct measurement. For your front length measurement, it's really handy to have a chair by you, and then either have like a ruler or a busk handy, because once you put that busk right here at the top of your binding, you can tell kind of what is going to be your length. So as you can see, when she sits here, it's still okay. It's not really gonna dig in anywhere, and so that's, but if she would go further down, it's hitting her thigh, and that would be very uncomfortable. So that's kind of how you can tell. Then when you know for sure, you can just measure it. And you know, a lot of them are anywhere between 12 to 14. So that's just the general measurement. If your stays are gonna come up a little bit here, she could get by with a 13. And that can be trimmed too. So once you get your stays on for the adjustment, you can trim for the top and then take a little bit off that bottom if you need. So when we're talking about the back length, we already have her bust bound, we have her waist figured out, so you know where your waist is back here. And that's really important because when you measure, you know, generally we're gonna go up and over. So if you want to do a measurement for me, you can measure from the top where you want your top stays to like the bottom of your binding. This one is 5.5. Her stays are probably going to end right here, and that's just kind of a guesstimate. When you feel the swell of your back, that's generally where your waist is. You want to go a couple inches down. So usually it's 4 inches from that swell, and so then you can just kind of guesstimate here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back length of 14. All right, so let's do that one more time. So you're gonna want to find the swell of your back, and you want to go down like 4 inches. And then for the front, you're gonna want to go up 4 inches. So you start here, 4, and then you're gonna go down. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and so your back length will be 14. All right. So going down the measurement list, we did the bust. The cup is next, so just give me your cup size. We did the waist. Here's the waist. Your underarm to waist again is underarm to waist. Okay. Your front length, we did that by using a ruler or using the busk, and then we measured down. And normally it's a little bit past the belly button. So that's kind of how you can find it. Make sure that you're at least an inch below the belly button. Some women prefer more, some women prefer less. The back length +4, and the whole measurement. Okay, so then straps. Some women prefer straps. You don't have to have straps. If you read through the book that I wrote, you'll see that when straps were kind of popular, when they weren't popular, women who have large breasts sometimes prefer straps because it gives them an extra lift, extra hold, and that's fine. You just gotta tell me so I know. And if you want straps, you're gonna need to give me your strap measurement, which is found by going from your front waist over the shoulder to the back waist. Okay, and then I can figure the straps out from there. If you don't need straps, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about giving me that one. The next one is just the center bust to the underarm. And this one is really important because when we talk about your underarm for your stays, we want that to be in the right place. So when you put your stays on and you're kind of lacing everything in and everything's getting a little bit tighter, your underarm is going to kind of move, right? So we want to make sure to get that underarm in the exact location. And by doing this to your center front, to your underarm, I can get a really good idea of what that's going to be. So, that is a very important measurement as well. As always, if you guys have questions, feel free to send us an email, let us know. We have actually decided to only take about 5 or 6 patterns just because we're so busy in the apothecary. Once those get done, we will put the listing back up. So if you are looking for it and it's not there, that is why. We're not going to do a calendar for a waiting list, so you're just going to have to kind of keep checking back, okay? You know, feel free to email me and ask. Like, I don't mind sending you guys emails and saying, hey, like, we are kind of booked up right now, or I only have like 2 left, so keep checking back. So if the stay sign is out there, that means that we are taking orders. And hey, thanks. That one was really difficult to come up with. It's not even drunk apothecary night.
It's not.
No, it should be though. So okay. Where were we? Oh yeah, orders. We will take orders if you see the sign out. Always, our book is available. We have a bunch more coming. Shipment should be here by the end of the month. And definitely check that out. Even if you're just looking, let's say you have a commercial pattern for your stays and you just want some interesting reading material on stays, it'll kind of go through the different stay transitions of the 18th century. So if you want a 1740s stay versus like a 1770s stay, it'll tell you what the difference is, like what colors to pick. Should it be wool? Should it be linen? Definitely check out that book. That is in our shop too. Our shop is at, where's our shop?
Little Bits. WILTT with 3 T's.
No, see, my apprentice doesn't know yet, but she's working on it, so we did good. Okay, so definitely subscribe, hit that button wherever that is, it's down there somewhere. Follow us on Instagram, because we are new on Instagram, and let me tell you, I really like it a lot. Rocks. Also, we're on Twitter, and we have a blog. You might not know, because I never update it. But like, we actually do have a blog, and you should check that out sometime, and let us know if you guys have any questions. Everybody measures for stays differently, so I'm not saying this is the exact rules or law for measuring stays. This is just what I need to do my bit, okay? So if you do it differently, like, that's cool, right? This is just the way I do it. Guys. So say hi to my new apprentice. Oh, my new apprentice's name is Sheila, by the way. So if you see her at an event with us, she is totally like new to the whole historical world. So, but she is blending in very well. She's catching on very quick.
Thank you.
So once she learns what our actual address is, it's going to be awesome. Okay, so bye guys. Take care.